So a student has come in asking how they would create a domain of one's own account and how to create a subdomain for their class. So the first thing they'll need to do is sign up for domain of one's own. So I'll go here to signing up for domain of one's own. So welcome aboard. So this explains to you what a domain of one's own is. And down here at the bottom, you'll have to select your main role at UMW. And since they're a student, you would click on student. So it tells you some things you can do with domains of one's own. You can build a website using WordPress, you can use Omeka, or you can run an open source project you found or write the code yourself. So you click the next button once you select your role. So getting support. This will tell you if you need help with your domains of one's own and where to get it. So it advises you can go see us at the Digital Knowledge Center, which you have, or you can get help yourself by looking at one of the guides. So this will give you some advice about choosing your domain name. This is important because once you pick a domain name, you can't change it. So I would not suggest naming your domain for this class, as then you'll be stuck with it if you ever use your domain for your other classes. However, your domain name must be available, which means if someone else has already used it, you can't use it. So this will give you the terms of service, or like a short summary of them. So you have to follow UMW's honor code, their style values, and network and computer policies. You cannot use domain of one's own in an attempt to make money. And they do make it possible for you to have your domain name after you leave UMW, and you'll have 90 days to do that before they will delete your account. So this is what you will see on your sign up page. You will need to go to the create an account page and sign in with your UMW net ID and password. You will then choose what domain name you want, and then you will click the checkout button. Don't worry about this is free to you as a student. So you'll need to review the terms and services and click the check button at the bottom to say you agree to them, and then click your register now button. So domain verification. After you create your domain, you should receive an email that will ask you to verify your domain with ICANN. You'll have 14 days to do this or it will be suspended. You can get it unsuspended, but you'll have to do a set of extra steps if you do not verify it by 14 days. So I highly recommend that you get that done within the 14 days. So as said before, when you leave UMW, you'll have 90 days to move your domain to a different web hosting site. And there's a migration guide to do it, or you can also see someone at the Digital Knowledge Center. So once you're here, you would click your create an account. Now, I can't show the purchase process as I have already purchased, well, got my domain of one's own. So now, once you log in, you should be at the C panel. This will be like all your domains that you have and their names if you get them one. You'll have featured applications, which would be applications that you can download to your subdomain or your main domain. And you'll have domains, and this is where you can go to see your domains, create redirects, or as you will be needing, creating your subdomain. There are other parts of cPanel, as you can see. However, for this, we will be mainly only using domains and featured applications. So to create your subdomain, you will go under domains and click on subdomains. So Your class is history 297. So that is what I suggest you would call your domain. And as you can see here, your document root kind of be like your URL for your domain. And as you can see, it's history 297.worldinterest.net. So you would click create. I have already created this domain, so there is a problem with creating it. However, when you do it, it should say your domain is created. So I go back to my home. You can go down to featured applications and click install this application, because I'm assuming you want a WordPress. Yeah, WordPress, and then you will install this application. So you'll need to pick the domain you want. So I will scroll down here and click there. Okay, sorry. So you'll need to delete blog from your directory. This can be fixed if you do it accidentally, but I would advise just going ahead and deleting it out. For your domain, like I say, this is really important. You pick the domain you want WordPress to be installed to, as it will create a problem if you install it to a domain that already has something installed to it. You'll scroll down. You can create an administrator name. So this one I'm going to be called Empress, of course, and then select the password, and then you're going to hit install. So I've already installed WordPress, went ahead and got that in online. So it's going to tell me I've chosen to install into a directory with existing content. This is what I was warning you about before when it said pick a domain. So I'm going to click cancel, but as for you, it should have started installing. And then I'm going to go back to home and now under here, I shall have my blog 2.0. So B, you can see where I've installed it to the subdomain. Now to get into it, you can click that little link and it should bring you to the dashboard of WordPress. There's another way you can get in, which would be simply by typing in the URL for your website and adding /admin. However, to do this, you'll need to know your username and password. So if you don't know and you want that, you can go in and edit it. So I scroll down here, you can see where it says administrator username and administrator password. So you can see when I first installed it, I didn't put that in, but I can now. And that way, if I just use the URL /admin, I should be able to get in without trouble. And that should be it for this first walkthrough.